Hello, it's Caroline here from Crafty Carly's Creations, and welcome to another Sunday stamping or Sunday crafting session with me. I am here in the cabin with the noisy puppy, as you can probably hear. She's at present destroying, I'll try and tilt this so she can maybe get a wee sneaky peek at it. Yep, there she is. She's trying to destroy a piece of grid paper that I had put in the bin. You're not going to give us peace today, are you, madam? She's been absolutely wild all day today, so we're just going to have to put up with a wee bit of background noise, I'm afraid. I'm going to make a card today that a lovely friend, another Stampin' Up demonstrator, showed me how to do during the week. So I have cased this from Jane, who in turn had cased it from Jan Brown. So I've never tried this, so let's see how it goes. So I'm looking for a piece of card that measures 11.5 inches by 4 1/8, and I need matte cards. I've chosen Night of Navy and some basic white. So I need two that are 4 inches by 3 7/8 and one which is 1 1/4 inch by 3 7/8. And then on top of that I'm going to have some DSP, two pieces of 3 7/8 by 3 3/4 and one piece of 1 1/8 and 3 3/4. I'll put all the sizes down below in the description box so that they are all there for you, and you can have a go at this yourself, because I am reliably informed that it's easy. It certainly looks really stunning when it's finished, so I'm hoping it is as easy as I have been led to believe. So I want to score this base card at 4 1/4, so there. Get the cutting blade out of the way so that I don't make the mistake of using the wrong blade, which is my usual trick. And at 5 3/4, so we're along there. So for any of you that don't know, Jessie is a guide dog puppy, and I puppy walk for guide dogs, so, or puppy raise as it's now called. So I have Jessie for the first 14 months of her life. And we socialise and do all sorts of stuff. So we've been to Tesco today and we've done some shopping and had 2 peas in Tesco, so we have utterly ingratiated ourselves there. I'm going to take my bone folder and just fold that there. And then with this here, we're going to bend that one back. I don't think maybe that marks card. Right, okay, so now we have to start layering up. I'm going to use my wee mouse here because I just think that'll be easier. So we'll start off with the 2 pieces. Hello, excuse me just a second. That is not bin card. I don't mind touching stuff that's been in the bin, but not stuff that I've got in my stash. Yes, they could very definitely fall out if you start doing that. Don't come between a woman and her crafting, Jessie. Right, so we're just gonna stick this in place. So how has everyone been this week? Have you all had quite a good week? I think weather-wise, oh, that's the wrong way round. Weather-wise here in Falkirk, I'm in central Scotland. It's been not too bad. We've had the odd wee bit of rain, but nothing too major. So I would like to say that I've managed to be out in the garden and that I have done loads of gardening, but I haven't. It's just been a really, really hectic, mad week. So it's just been chasing my tail. Now that doesn't seem to fit properly. Have I cut something wrong? Let me just double check my measurements, folks. So this here, my mat should be 4, which is there, by 3 7/8. So that should be there. So that's perfect. This one should be 3 1/4. That should be there by 3 7/8. So that one's too big. So that should be 3 3/4. Not 1/4, 3/4. So yeah, it's just a wee bit wide, and I wasn't getting a border around it. Fantastic. Try getting it the right way, Caroline. There we go. There we are. So I have got a really, really shaky hand. Something that I've had all my life, and it meant I had to give up my first career, which was as a dental hygienist. You wouldn't want somebody with a sharp instrument and a needle coming towards you with a shaky hand. So I gave that up. Right, that was in there. And sometimes I find when I'm crafting, it does get in the way a wee bit. Especially when you're trying to line something up straight and your hand starts to go. Yeah, that's going to work. Okay, and this one's going to go here. Like so. Oh, that's looking pretty already. Okay. Hello Jess, how are you? You want to get in on the action? You just don't like me giving attention to anybody other than you, do you? Okay. I love this paper. This is from the Pansy suite. Really, really beautiful papers. Incredibly lucky to have been able to get my hands on this just a wee bit earlier than everybody else, and have thoroughly enjoyed, if you've watched any of my other videos, really enjoying playing with the dies for this. And was going to use them again today and decided, you know, you're all going to be bored, sick with the dies, so I'm going to do something really, really simple today, something that, you know, somebody who's never stamped before. So I'm just going to line that up there and there so that that's in line with the other piece. Somebody who's never stamped or paper crafted before could do this as well, so you know, you could obviously scale this up a wee bit and do something that was a wee bit fancier, or something that required a wee bit more skill, but sometimes it's just nice to do something easy. I had to decide which ribbon to go for. I really like that green. I think that goes really, really well. I'm terrible for not using ribbon, so I do ribbon shares with people, and then I never use the stuff, and it lies in my stash. I never really think about putting a ribbon out there, but my friend, when she was doing it the other day, had used a ribbon, and I thought, oh, do you know, I'm going to take myself out of my comfort zone and put some ribbon in there. So, what I'm hoping is that you'll watch, or the people who are watching this will have a go at it, and then you can all post your attempts on my page, which is my Crafty Carly Facebook page, and we'll get to see everybody's attempts at this card, which would be absolutely fantastic. I'd love to have lots of different people posting. It's nice to see other people's ideas, so you have, if you have other crafting ideas, other card ideas, you know, put them on there and let's see them. Tell us how to make them, obviously. So I'm going to just tie a wee bow here. When I say a bow, I'm going to tie a knot, because bows are just so fiddly. Let's face it, you know. I'm going to just cut that one a wee bit shorter. You see what I mean about shaky hand? These snips are just the best snips I have ever used. I never thought I was any good at fussy cutting or cutting things out until I used these snips, and they come with a lovely cover. Again, they're in our catalogue along with all the products I'm using here, the card, the DSP. Not sure about the ribbon. I've got a feeling that ribbon is no longer available, but there will be something really, really similar in the catalogue. Something that coordinates, because that's the one thing Stampin' Up! Are well known for, is their coordination of their products. Now I'm just going to put some more glue down the inside of the card and then fold it over and stick that down, and there we go. That's pretty much done that card. Now all we have to do is put a sentiment on the front, and you can see how that opens like a book. So it's called a book bound card. You see that? I'm going to put a sentiment on the front here, and I'm also going to put a matte, just another white layer on the inside there, so that people can write something. And that could be a bit tighter and a bit neater, but I can work on that later. Now let me see, what am I going to do on the front here? I could pop one of these. This is an absolutely gorgeous punch that comes with the Elegantly Said stamp set. This is in the current catalogue. Really, really versatile, and if you saw last week's video, you'll know that you can cut it in the shape that is on the front of the punch, or you can cut it so that the punch is slightly, or the pattern is slightly longer. I'm just going to leave it as is because we're doing simple today. I'm going to just take a piece of white card, put in there. And there we go. So, nice and easy. Actually, I'll keep that white card out because I need to put a matte on the inside. I think my blade on my trimmer is needing changed. Again, dead easy to do. It's lasted me quite some time, so I'm not unhappy about it. Now, which stamp set will I use? Pansies or Elegantly Said? Pardon me. I think I'll do just the Pansy Patch Happy Birthday because it's so lovely and simple. You see these lovely lovely stamps. These are our photopolymer stamps. You can see that they become a bit dyed if you use some of our darker colours, especially our reds, which is what happened there, but it doesn't affect the quality of the stamp at all, and you're able to just use it as normal. Now, colour. Oh, the choice. Let's make sure this is nice and straight. Which bin are we in now, Jessie? Now what colour will we do? I really, really like this, but then we'll put on a green ribbon, so I think we need to stick to one of our greens. I'm tempted to go for Soft Succulent because it has become just our absolute favourite colour. One of our new in colours, one of the 5 in colours that we have that started or came into being with our new catalogue on the, I'm going to turn it that way, on the 4th of May, so the catalogue is still quite new. Just press down on that. Now when you're using the photopolymer stamps, it's advisable to stamp onto something, so something that has a bit of give, so a magazine, or buy one of these stamps or one of these pads out of the catalogue, the grid paper pads. It just means you get a much nicer, much crisper image. I'm just going to give that a wee wipe before I forget. Another hint for you, because these become really, really badly marked and stained, and quite often you end up with a lot of ink on this pad, which is for cleaning your ink or your stamps, and you don't want residue ink on this, so stamp off any excess ink you've got and then wipe with the chamois. And you can pop these in the washing machine, which is where mine are due to go. Going with all my other washing tomorrow. And then that cleans them up a good bit. And then we can start using them again. They last for ages, those chamois. Again, they're in the catalogue. Right, so I need something for the inside. I think I'm going to use this one, which is the Wishing You a Little Extra Happiness Just Because You're You. Which is a really nice sentiment if you're sending something to a good friend, or somebody who's maybe been helping you out or helping somebody that you know out over lockdown. So I'm going to need my ink back. Oh my goodness me. I think I'm losing it a bit today. Just going to pop the edge of this into the ink just to make it stand out a wee bit. Oh, that looks quite nice, and I'll put that on dimensionals and that will make that stand out a wee bit. Now, just get my trimmer back in, and we said that the dimensions of that piece of DSP were 3 7/8 by 3 3/4. So 3 7/8, so we want to go down, we want it to be 3 3/4. That doesn't look very straight. I'll double check before we put it on. 3 3/4 by 3 and 1, 2, 3, 3 3/8. There we go. So that's just taking 1/8 of an inch off each side, and that will hopefully give you quite a nice border on the inside here. And that will sit quite nicely in the middle of that card. You're still getting to see a good bit of the DSP roundabout. You've got some space to write. I'm still not convinced that's straight, but anyway. It's handmade, so. And we'll just pop that on there. Perfect. No, that's bugging me. I can't do it. I don't know which end is not straight, but actually I think both are. Definitely need to change this. Spin it round just now to see if we can get an extra wee bit of life out of it. That's the good thing about our trimmer. It looks as if it's chewed that up, which is not ideal. Take a wee bit of it. I don't think this is quite as bad as last week's video. I just couldn't seem to get anything right last week. At least today's has gone slightly better. It just doesn't like that wee bit at the end there. So, okay, I'm going to leave it, and I'm going to end up chewing the whole thing to bits. So let's stick this into the card. Like so. I should maybe have gone around the edge of my sentiment there with some ink, but I didn't, so I'll get some dimensionals. I'll get different sizes of dimensionals. I'm going to use the bigger ones for this sentiment. You could put some ribbon around here just to make it nice, but I've already got ribbon on, so I'm not going to do too much to this. You could really step it up and put lots of different embellishments on it. But I'm going to stick to this, and I might put a few gems on it as well, just to bling it up, because, well, let's face it, we all need a bit of bling, don't we? Ugh. Shaky hand. Right, okay, I'm just going to pop that right in the middle. And there we go. That is a book binding card cased from Jane, who is Dandelion Wishes. Just giving you a shout out there, so somebody else to go and take a good look at. She has been posting lots of stuff, another member of the team, and I think that's a really nice card. Dead easy to make. So come on guys, have a go, and then show me what you've made. Post it on Crafty Carly's Facebook page, or post it down below in the comments. It would be great to see all the different designs that you could come up with using all the different sorts of papers we have, even retired papers. I still have stacks and stacks of retired papers and quite often use them in classes and things like that, just to let people make cards, and the stuff is great quality, so why not use it up? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next Sunday. Take care. Bye bye.